This PowerPoint that's coming up will highlight what Eat to Heal and Heal Thyself is all about. And I wanted to do this because I guess it was a question from one of the challengers. At the end of the program, you want to be able to say what you just did and explain it. So this explains heal thyself, eat to heal and heal thyself. So if you ever want to explain to someone, just go to the YouTube channel. Heal Thyself has its own YouTube channel, or to the website, and let people look at it. So we want to, next slide. It's important for you to, and most of you may have already done this, to sign the disclaimer and to send it back, because we want you to know that this program is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. If you are pregnant, nursing, taking medication, or have a medical condition, consult your physician before following any recommendations or regimen. You assume sole responsibility for your personal health, and you must use your own discretion under doctor consultation to determine whether any regimen or recommendation is suitable for your personal situation. So you're saying, when you sign this disclaimer, this challenge is not intended to be a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. So you accept the responsibility. You're saying you accept the responsibility for your own health and well-being. So we have put together the information from some of the best minds and medical advice, but when it gets down to it, it's your body, and that's why we know you have a self-healing body, but we also know that you're responsible for this body. So we want you to be prayerful about everything you do, and we want you to be informed, which is what we're trying to do when we bring this to you. So the goal of the program is to demonstrate the evidence of scientific research related to the benefits of raw and living foods, enzymes, and a plant-based eating lifestyle. We're here to promote a plant-based living lifestyle, and we're asking you to make that commitment. And we want, the other goal is to demonstrate how we have the ability through proper diet to prevent or heal the incidence of illness, disease, and disorders. We don't necessarily have to be sick, and we don't have to have diseases and illnesses if we eat properly. And we know that most of us haven't, because we were brought up eating the standard American diet. So that's why a program like this, we want it to be helpful to you. Plant-based eating. So the foundation, the framework for our program is Genesis 1:29 through 30. We want you to pull that and read it over and over and over again. And it says, "And God said, behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be meat, for meat." And Genesis 1:30 rather, says, "And to every beast of the earth, and to every fowl of the air, and to everything that creepeth upon the earth, wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it is so." So the Bible tells us what to eat, and that is the standard, that is the framework for Heal Thyself and for the Eat to Heal program. So look at the core areas, and I'm going to go fast because we want to get you out here as close to being on time as possible. The first session is always lengthy because of we have so much to cover. So we're talking about living raw, living and raw plant-based foods. We'll explain what all this means in detail later on. We're talking about alkalinity and drinking a lot of water with lemons in it, coconut water and celery juice. And then the benefits of blended foods, green smoothies and energy soups, sprouted and fermented foods. We were talking a lot about detox and cleansing and fasting and colon health and pure air and sunshine and the breathing and laughter that Hiawatha will carry us through. And an attitude of gratitude. And we try to bring that to you through the poetry, the mind and body connection. And then there is brain health, which is what is featured in this series through our 6 special speakers. And then there is food prep. You'll have recipes and daily eating plans and a book review and a video like we just had. So these are the core areas of the program. So the seminar emphasis is looking at plant-based eating, green smoothies, living in raw foods, enzymes. You'll hear that word a lot, enzymes, juicing, alkalinity, sprouting, fermented foods, intermittent fasting, detox, and of course, all the many resources that you will receive in the mail if you haven't yet. So these are the key components of the program. So when we look at the next slide, what is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with this picture? What is wrong with the way we eat that's sending us to the window of toxic pills and surgery rather than lifestyle change? By simply changing our lifestyle, we can change the toxicity in our bodies. So that's what we're trying to convey in this program. One of the main, one of the key things that we promote is green, the power of green. We all drink green smoothies, we all do eat a lot of different things, but the chlorophyll is what is one of the driving and healing forces. And we're going to be talking a lot about chlorophyll and Green for Life. Highly recommend this book by Victoria Batenko called Green for Life, which talks about all of her studies and research as it relates to why green, why chlorophyll. When I saw this slide a few years ago, it was really quite mind-boggling to see how God created us to be complementary to plants. Look at the chlorophyll, the plant chlorophyll molecule and the human blood hemoglobin molecule. The only difference is in the plant chlorophyll, at the center of the molecule is magnesium, whereas in the human blood hemoglobin, the center of the molecule is iron. So that shows us that our maker made us in a way so that plants complement our healing, our blood. And this is something that we must always remember, the importance of plant chlorophyll and how it strengthens and is healing to the human blood. So I'm just really always, it's not just the science in me, the scientist in me, but it's just the fact that God made us complementary to the plants that he put on earth for us. So one of our, we call it our brand, is the Green Smoothie. And we call it our brand because we want you to start to pull out, if you haven't already, start making your green smoothies and your energy soups. Get yourself a good blender and start tomorrow morning. If not, use this week to collect all of the things you see that you will need to put together to be successful, because you've made a commitment. That's why you're here. And to follow this program, you are going to need to make some green smoothies, and you're going to need a good blender. But in the meantime, use whatever blender you have, and until you're able to get to a larger, a better blender, because this is going to be one of the fundamentals of your health. So why green smoothies? Mainly because we have listed 10 things on the screen. They decrease cravings for unhealthy food. They decrease blood pressure. They lower cholesterol. They cause the skin to glow. And it increases your energy level, clears up depression. It regulates bowel movements. And it causes the disappearance of insomnia. And it helps to stop stopping of asthma attacks. It improves your sex life, and it helps you to lose weight. So what is it about green smoothies that could help bring about these remarkable results? One component of the greens is chlorophyll, which we just showed you that remarkable molecular demonstration. Follow the science, and we will get to the health. We have several green vegetables. This one is here because this one was recommended for people who were suffering from cancer to eat these veggies. The green Swiss chard, the red Swiss chard, watercress, romaine lettuce, and Belgium endive and escarole. But those are some of the ones that we don't eat regularly. We all know about the kale and the spinach and the lettuce and so forth, but we don't usually get to some of these more exotic, and they're really not very exotic, but we want you to have a variety, at least 10 different green vegetables a week. The next slide shows you something about why we blend the food, why we blend the green smoothie, and why we have the blended soups. They speed up detoxification, and you're going to detox. No two people detox the same way, but you will have some detox symptoms. And all of those are in that guidebook that you have. When you get your guidebook, read through it from beginning to end. The blended foods flood the body with enzymes. Nowhere you can get all the enzymes and vitamins and minerals for quick absorption and great benefit to the immune system than when you blend it. You cannot eat a head of romaine or a bundle of spinach or kale, but you can blend it and get much more in a blended drink or a blended energy soup. Plus, it's so very alkalizing. It alkalizes the cells of our body. That's what we're aiming for, alkalinity of our cells. When we alkaline our bodies, we're not going to get sick, and we're not going to gain weight. because this whole process it serves as an elimination channel for our lungs and our kidneys and our skin. And it provides a rich source of live enzymes. Here's that word again, enzymes, essential to the digestive process. We're trying to give the body wants nutrition, and we're giving it calories. So these are the top benefits of being vegan, of being plant-based. Healthy weight loss, decreased risk of diabetes, improved heart health, decreased risk of cancer, decreased arthritis symptoms, improved kidney function, and decreased risk of Alzheimer's disease. So that's why we want to eat this way. And we're following the science, because the science will lead us to the health. So why living in raw? Most plant-based health researchers agree that at least of our diet should be at least 85% of our diet should consist of raw and living foods. The raw foods, again, are filled with the E word, enzymes, vital to metabolism and the immune system. A high source of enzymes and antioxidants are in the green plants. So try to make your green plants a huge part of your, go out and we'll give you a list at the end of this PowerPoint, and you can go out and start purchasing what you need and get a big black plastic bag and put all the stuff in it. Don't give it to your worst enemy, and get rid of it. Because once you go through this 10-week program, you're not going to want it anymore. Your body will resist it. When enzymes are in short supply or become inactive, the body will suffer. The body will suffer. So why food in the raw? Enzymes start to die at 105 degrees, but most are best at 130 degrees. So that's why we promote raw and living foods. We don't want to heat. Some foods are heated and they still have enzymes. They still have nutrients in them, but most foods do not. We should avoid highly processed foods. No processed foods, no cooked foods these next 10 weeks. No foods with preservatives and additives or chemicals. These foods often contain enzyme inhibitors to prolong shelf life. We all know the story of the Twinkie that was in somebody's trunk for a year after they went camping and went the next year, and the Twinkie was still good and healthy. It wasn't healthy, it was still good. So these foods are designed to last forever in many cases. Chemicals and sugar are destructive to our bodies and contribute largely to obesity. And we know President Clinton's story. After his heart attack, he went essentially to a plant-based diet and lived on beans and legumes and vegetables and fruits, no dairy. So we suggest that we get started. You have this chart in your guide. We want you to paste it on the side of your refrigerator. And when you go shopping, shop from those top 3 horizontal categories, those high alkaline foods, high antioxidant foods, and minimize. After the 10 weeks are over, you can go back to maybe 15% of some of your favorite foods or some of the foods that are in the acidic pH level. But for these next 10 weeks, we want you to stick mostly, if not primarily, with the high alkaline foods. This chart is one of my favorites. And again, following the science, looking at Dr. Furman's nutrient density food chart, which stands for he calls it his ANDI nutrient dense index. So look at the foods that we really I know you can't see them, but I'll try and read a few. The foods that are given 1,000 points, up from the top of the nutrient Andy scale: kale, collard greens, mustard greens, watercress, Swiss chard, bok choy, spinach, arugula, romaine, Brussels sprouts, carrots, cabbage, broccoli, cauliflower, bell peppers, asparagus, mushrooms, tomatoes, strawberries, sweet potato, zucchini, artichoke, blueberries, and lettuce. So those are the ones that we want you to focus on these next 10 weeks and beyond. The things that we want you to cut out of your diet completely and hopefully forever: cola, chips, ice cream, white bread, pasteurized juices, cheeses, white pasta, French fries, and needless to say, no flesh, no animal, no white potato, no dairy, no eggs, no meat, no fish, no flesh. That's what we're asking you to do. That's the commitment you have decided that you want to make. So look at that chart again. It's in your packet. The fermented foods. Why are fermented foods good? They break down foods to make digestion and assimilation easier. They provide enzymes to aid digestion. They supply and nourish the correct intestinal bacteria. They will help your bowel movement. They will help your body function better. So get your yogurt and go, and if you don't like yogurt, get something that's fermented. Sauerkraut. And most of us love sauerkraut. Sprouts. Why are sprouts so important? We're going to show you a video that Dr. Gina did on sprouts. And they increase vitamins, increase 25% or more in the sprouting process. I've got some mung beans and some fenugreek beans in the window right now. They sprout almost overnight. You can sprout them in your suitcase when you're traveling. So germinate those seeds. Because it increases vitamins and minerals and proteins and enzymes, 25 and more %. I highly recommend some mung beans. You can get a bag of it at any of the Middle Eastern stores, really cheap, or you can go to the health food store and get any of those. But mung is so easy and so quick to sprout, and they're so good and delicious and so crunchy. The intermittent fasting is one of the most important things that we can do. We're asking all of you to begin your intermittent fasting regimen. It's one of the best healing mechanisms there is. Go to the YouTube and look up a video on intermittent fasting and look at all the benefits of intermittent fasting: weight loss, detox, inflammation. It reduces inflammation. It improves digestive health. It reduces blood glucose level. It enhances immunity. It reduces blood pressure. It reduces cravings. Gives you a healthier brain, which is what we'll be talking about for these next 10 weeks. And it increases high levels of what we call human growth hormones, HGH. So please start your regimen, and we'll go into more details about that. Our detox symptoms. Everybody's going to detox, but everybody's going to detox differently. So what is yours going to look like? Is it going to be difference in your pooping habits? Is it going to be your body odors, strong body odors, swollen lymph nodes, gas and bloating, nausea, mood swings, headaches, or fatigue? You're going to have some kind of a detox symptom. Yours might be different from anybody else's. It could be violent. You could be sick for 2 or 3 days, but hang in there. Don't give up. Keep drinking the smoothies and keep doing the things and keep talking to your nurses and your coaches. Again, looking at the brain, a happy brain, a healthy brain is a happy brain. So let's get a happy brain throughout these next 10 weeks. Exercise. You've got to exercise. If you have to do it in a chair, if you have to do it in your living room, if you can walk, now that it's becoming spring, you can walk outside and get the fresh air, walk by water, you get an added amount of alkalinity. The raw food pyramid, which is on the back of your guide, that's what you should put that on your refrigerator, on your cabinet. You want to be eating the green stuff at the end, at the bottom of this pyramid. So we have reflected on the evidence behind scientific research. We're talking science and research about enzymes, juicing, plant-based diet, and the importance of a proper diet to prevent or heal the incidence of illness, disease, and disorders. Remember, you have a self-healing body if you do the right thing and if you eat right. So God bless all of you. We have come to the end of our